and welcome to the Nexus. Today we're going to be doing issue 90 of our Tumbler build. Let's get going. Okay, just like always, before we get going, we're going to do some shout outs. If you want to shout out on the next video, comment below this one and I will do it. So the first one is from Dave McBuilds. Once again, thank you very much, Dave. So it's great work, Kev. Now that makes a difference. If you would have to put the old one in, it would never have worked. This build is starting to come together. That is to do with the windscreen. And yeah, you can totally see that the new one, the old one would have never have gone in. So it's brilliant that we got the new windshield. But yeah, I think a lot of people were wondering why and if it made any difference. It makes hell of a difference. You can tell as the mechanism moves backwards and forwards. Thank you for your comment, Dave. Next one is from Mr. Fusion Designs. Enjoyed the video, Kev. Nice one. Thank you there, Mr. Fusion. Next one, Core Vinyl. Nice to see some actual building. Can't wait to get the rear tyres in for separate issues. There's a little bit of a discussion at the moment in regards to tyres, and I don't think we're going to get them in 4 issues. I think we could get them in 8. And the only reason I say that is because the front one of the front wheels we got complete. The second front wheel was completed over 2 issues. I recently done the Batmobile 66, which is sitting here, and the back wheel on this one, and actually one of the front wheels actually as well, consisted of 3 issues just to build 1 wheel. I've got the Skyline and Nissan Skyline I'm building up here as well. Once again, that took 2 issues to build 1 tyre. So there's 4 tyres on the back, and if you do 1 tyre over 2 issues, we come to 8. So I don't know. I'm hoping that we get the inner and the outer part of the tyre. And it is only 4 issues, but I think it could be more than that. But we are sort of creaking now, very close to the end. It is 110 issues, if I remember rightly. Yeah, 120 issues. And we're on issue 90 already. So we're going to be closing in now on... We should be starting to get things together now, really. We really should be. But anyway, thank you for your comment, Core Vinyl. Space Junk 55. I think that one, that once all the wires and the limiter switches are connected to the board, it will work. It's good to see some progress. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. It should work every time, right? It should work without fail every time. All these builds should. But we always know that there is teething problems. There are problems with these builds. I'm just hoping that that is true. I do remember though, once when we were doing the wiring, we had to flick the switches and hold certain switches in different ways to move the motors to make sure everything worked. So my understanding is because that thing raises up and then folds back, there's limiter switches in the center column, so they must have to be activated for it to go up. It must be a safety thing, and then for it to retract back and stuff like that. So it doesn't break, so it doesn't retract while it's lowered. But fingers crossed that it all works first time. Yeah, so I'm sure it will. Mark Williams, thank you for your comment. Great video, as always, Kev. Thank you very much for your comment. Bobby Bits. Hi, I've tried putting a little bit of oil or grease that might work. It's not that it needs grease or oil, though it probably would help a little bit. It's just that it just won't. I can take the motor off and it works. I've tested it with the switch for the front tyres, or the left and the right, so I know that the switches work and the motor works. I tested them. It just won't work when all those parts are in place. It must need other switches to be activated to do it. I'm confident that it will work first time. If it doesn't, then as you saw on my last video, there's a way around it where I just take the motor off and then I can do it manually. But I don't want to do that. I want it to work. So I'm hoping it will. Thank you for your comment. Oh, right, hang on a second. Kevin6107. I'm a little concerned that it didn't smoothly retract manually by hand. Once you loosen off the screws, it should have repelled the moment with ease. My concern is that the little motor won't be powerful enough to move it backwards and forwards in a smooth motion. Yeah, it was a little bit stiff, and I did loosen the screw, but if you loosen it more, any more than what I loosened it, the teeth won't grip into the center bit. So it has to be sort of fairly tight. I'm confident that little motor, even though it's really small, is actually it's powerful enough to pull that backwards and forwards. So I am confident in, if it works, that will have enough power to do that. My only concern is with the motor that's going to lift the whole roof section, because obviously it retracts in but also goes up at the same time. So the roof section goes up and retracts in. It's like that. It's like I don't know if it does it all at the same time, but my only concern is lifting. Now the roof section is all die cast, remember, plus you got the windscreen, and then there is going to be a motor that's going to push that up, so it's at an angle. I'm just wondering whether it's powerful enough to do that. It should be. These motors, even though they're quite small, they're quite powerful. I've got to say, they are very powerful, and the end cog here is quite big, so that works. Look, I'm confident that it will work. Right, I'm really confident. I don't want to jinx it too much, but we will find out in due course. Anyway, thank you for all your comments. Remember, if you want to comment on the next shout out on the next video, comment below this video and let us know what you think of this one. We're obviously going to carry on with issue 90. We got a little box. I don't know what reason it was my watch coming on. So we got issue 90. That's the little box it comes in. We do need a motor, and I'll say all that, and we need some other bits as well, but I'll tell you all those bits as we go on. So without further ado, let's crack on with issue 90. Okay, so we do need this motor here. So you need to grab this. This is motor 32. Okay, so motor 32 you need, and you'll see why in a minute. So let's open this up. We do have a fair bit in here, even though it's a small box. We do have a fair bit. We're doing other things as well, and I'll tell you that coming forward. So we've got that section which is die cast. Nice big chunky bit, and we've got these bits, and we've got all these screws and other little pieces here as well. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this section here, and then this is going to go onto here. We're going to use AP screws, so let me grab them. There they are. So that is going to sit just on here. Like so. Oh. Not over screwing, because all this is plastic. So we have that just like that. So that part is like that. Okay, so let's see what we're doing in the next one. Okay, so this is the part that I need to get some CM screws. So we've got the CM screws here. Let's put everything over here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we need this part of the roof and this part, so the parts we've been working on previously. And what we need to do is we need to line this up just like I was sort of testing what would happen. So we're going to turn it over. We're going to use CM screws, and we're going to attach it. So there's 6 screws here. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to have to hold it. You're going to have to, when you do this, you have to hold it, because otherwise you're going to break these ailerons here if you're screwing down like this onto something. So it's going to be even more difficult. I to do. So let me see if I can actually do this. Right, so now because this is magnetic, it's going to pull that screw up. That's it. Okay, so that one's in. I'm just going to carry on and do the six. So I've gone ahead and done that. So now that is actually attached to the car. Well, the roof section anyway. Okay, so the bit that we've just done. And now I thought that there was 6 because there's 6 holes, but we miss out this one. So we actually only put in 5 at the minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're then going to grab this part here. And with the car looking there, so this is the front bit here, so we're going to grab this section and that is going to go on there, on those holes here, making sure that the motor section, which is this bigger section, sits on there as well. We're going to secure them in with CM screws, should I say, CM screws. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so there we go. We've screwed in those holes here. We're going to grab our motor now, which is like this, and we're going to put our motor in. So it's going to have to, it sits in like that, and then we've got a cover, and the cover is going to sit in. I'm going to make sure it goes in. That's it, like that. Making sure the wires come out the back. There we go. Okay, so we're going to secure that down with EP screws. Got one here. And my watch keeps turning on and off. I don't know why. I think I need a new one. So there goes one. Don't screw it all the way down. You want to try and do these ones in tandem. So there we go. So what we'll try and do is just clamp this down so it sits flush. I'm going to do that now. Okay, so that should sit like that, with that part fully into that section there, and the wires coming out there. So this is where that roof panel will go up, if you know what I mean. So anyway, that is it for that part. Well, we're just going to carry on doing the next part, but we need to now put this away safely until it's ready to go on. So I'm just going to plonk that just there for now. Okay, so we do need that. What we also need is what is in this one, which should be that tiny thing there. Now I'm going to see if I can zoom up on that. Can you see that? It's like a little screw, a little spring, sorry, and a cover. And I've got to apologise for all the hair on it. This is, the cats come in here and they lay on this and go to sleep. So okay, so there is a very small hole on this end just here. It's really small. I'm going to hold it like that. I'm going to show you where the hole is, just there. And this spring also has a sort of like a little hook in it, and that's going to go into there like that. So it's going to sit sort of like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is going to grab this. I need to make sure now exactly how this goes on. We're going to be fitting it on with a Y, one of them. Okay, so it's going to sit. So the little part there is going to come out. So we're just going to sit it in like that. Can you see that? and I'll show you. So, where are we? There we are. So as you can see, it's like that. So basically it's upside down, and it should flick like that. And that does that perfect. I'm just going to see if I can screw this anymore. Nope, no, that's as bad as. Okay. Okay, so that is that piece. And I can put all the rest of that away now. And that's it. So in this issue, we've actually done something. We've actually, feels like we've done something. So in this issue, we have built this section up here, which is now has the motor mechanism. This obviously goes down. This obviously as well. This goes down into. This is die cast, by the way. So at some point, this must sit in here, like so. And the other part into the center column of the car. So that sort of sits in, I would imagine, like that. And then that's obviously going to trigger one of the limiter switches in there. But look, we're doing okay. We're doing okay on this. There is going to be something along this bit as well because of moving the ailerons up and down. I'm not going to connect. By the way, that's something I'm not going to do. So I'm not going to connect. When it comes to connecting all this up, I'm not even going to bother because they don't move very much. And I think you can manually move them anyway. So there's no need for them to be motorized. So when it comes to motorizing that bit, I'm not going to do that. Just simply because of that because I don't think it's a pointless bit. They only move a little bit, as you can see, and all this is plastic, and this side it seems already have broken. So yeah, I'm not. I could get a replacement for that, but I'm happy with that anyway. Like I said, look, they don't go up and down a lot anyway. So, but anyway, look, we've done that. I'm happy that we've connected that up now, and obviously we've done that as well. So at this point, we need to put this and this away safely. So let's have a look to see what comes in issue 91. And there we go. We have done it. Issue 90. So there's the roof, the back roof section anyway. And we've got the front here, so I might as well stick them together. And they do stick together very well. So on this one, you can see on here where this sticks. So that is actually going to sit on like that. And you can see where that sits. Why? Because you've got a guide pin on this and two holes just there. So that is definitely 100% going to sit on this bit. And then that is going to sit through there. So I can actually go ahead and sort of connect these two pieces up. Hang on. There we go. Hang on. So there you go. So that is, and it will clamp into there. You can see the seam where it sits. So I think what happens is this bit's going to go up. It's not going to tip back, I don't think, like that. Just because that actually does clamp into here. Like so, you can hear it clanking in. And it sort of sits like that. So that's the sort of roof section we're talking about. It's quite big. And obviously that will then sit over the top of it. But I mean, this is fairly heavy, just this section here, but it does clamp in. But I can see now that this section, it doesn't go up. I think it should go up like that, but I think what's happening is it's going to go up like that. Obviously, I have all the wires sorted, but it's going to go up and down. Okay, so that's good. So what's coming in issue 91 is what you really want to know, and that's it there. So it says we get the interior upper panel is what we get. So that there is obviously the ceiling, the upper ceiling, and I think that may sit on there. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it will sit there, or will it won't sit where this is, because obviously having the windshield there. So I reckon this section here is going to sit under here somehow. Let the speculation begin. That's what I would say. Yeah, it just says interior upper panel, and so I would expect that's the roof section. That's the interior, the roof, just there. Anyway, like I said before, make sure you click like, subscribe, comment, cheers, and have a look at all the other videos we're building here. We're building, you know, Robocop, as you can see behind me, Optimus Prime, the Knight Rider 66 Batmobile. So there might be something else you want to like and you're watching, so make sure you like and you smash the hell out of that like button as well. If you want to comment, shout it out in the next video, leave it down below on this one. And all left to see is to say thank you very much for watching. I've been a Nexus. We will see you at the next video, but until then, take it easy and we'll see you later.